Good morning. Welcome back to the channel Awesome Learning. Now, today in the chapter Chemical Coordination and Integration, we are going to discuss about few hormones which are being secreted by heart, kidney, and gastrointestinal tracts. So, let's begin with arterial wall of heart. Okay. So, you know the structure of heart. We have already done it in the circulatory system. So, it produces a peptide hormone called arterial natriuretic factor. This you have done in your excretory system chapter. We already have done this. If you remember, I hope you all remember what we have done previously. Okay, so give me 1 second. It will take a little bit of time. Yeah, now we are here. So we have done this, if you remember, ANF, natriuretic factor. And we have done the function that it was responsible for. When blood pressure increases, ANF cause dilation of the blood vessels. Now, what is dilation of the blood vessels? This is the actual, if the blood vessels are this much wide, so ANF, if the pressure increases, blood pressure increases, to reduce that pressure, ANF will dilate the blood vessels. That means the you can see the volume will increase, and if the volume of the blood vessel increases, the pressure will drop down. Okay, so ANF is actually to check the blood pressure. If the blood pressure increases, ANF will cause dilation of the vessels to reduce the blood pressure. Okay, then the next one is JG of kidney. You remember juxtaglomerular apparatus. If you remember, this also we have done. It produces erythropoietin, a peptide, again a peptide hormone. It stimulates erythropoiesis. Now, what is erythropoiesis? Formation of RBCs. It stimulates means it tries or it starts the process of the formation of RBCs. So that is erythropoiesis. Now you should know this term. 1 mark question can come here. They can ask you, what do you mean by erythropoiesis, or what is the term used for the formation of RBCs? So you should know that it is erythropoiesis. Okay. So this is also a kind of hormone called erythropoietin, right? Then in the gastrointestinal tract, it produces some peptide hormone again. The first one is gastrin. It stimulates the gastric glands and it secretes HCl and pepsinogen. This you have done in class 10th also, if you remember. You also know what is the function of HCl, what is the function of pepsinogen. We have done this in the previous classes. Then secretin stimulates exocrine pancreas. The pancreas has two parts. We have done this in previous video. Pancreas has an exocrine part and also an endocrine part. So secretin hormone will stimulate the exocrine part of the pancreas to secrete more of water and bicarbonate ions. Then the third one is gastric inhibitory peptide hormone, that it will inhibit the gastric secretion. The secretion of gastrin will be stopped. It will inhibit. Then cholecytokinin, that is stimulates the secretion of bile from the gallbladder and pancreatic enzymes from the pancreas. Stimulates, that means it will start the production or the secretion of bile from gallbladder and pancreatic enzymes from the pancreas. Okay. Several other non-endocrine tissues secrete hormones called growth factors. These are essential for the normal growth and the tissues of and their repairing or regeneration. So one thing I want to tell you here is, children, that do not think that only endocrine glands are responsible for the production of hormones. You can see here beyond the glands, heart, kidney and gastrointestinal tract are also responsible for production of few of the hormones which can perform various functions. Now, types of hormones. Now, whenever I teach a hormone, you see, I always mention that it is a peptide hormone, or it is a glucagon, or it is some kind of polypeptide hormone or a protein hormone. We always mention this. Why? Because there are various types of hormone depending on their chemical nature. So either it is peptide or polypeptide or protein, like insulin, glucagon, pituitary hormone, hypothalamic hormones. So these are all either peptide or polypeptide or protein hormone. Then there are steroids, like cortisol is a steroid, testosterone, estradiol, progesterone. These are steroids. Okay. Then iodothyronines, like thyroid is an iodothyronin. This is a type. Why do we differentiate them as peptide or steroid or iodothyronin or amino derivative? Because of their chemical formulas. Okay, nature. So amino acid derivatives like adrenaline or noradrenaline are amino acid derivative hormones. So there are various types of hormones depending on their chemical nature or formula. Then mechanism of hormone action. Now how does this takes place? Hormone produces their effect by binding to the specific protein. There is always a particular specific hormone for a specific protein, so it will have to bind to its particular specific protein, and that is the hormone receptor. That is, this protein is ready to receive the hormone, and the protein is located on the target organ or a target tissue. A hormone binds to its specific receptor to form a hormone receptor complex. Now, because this hormone can reach the target only with the help of this protein, तो hormones और proteins के बीच में एक complex ready होता है. You see, this is the steroid hormone. This is the receptor which is waiting for the particular hormone to come. Now, this hormone will come and bind to the receptor. Now, as soon as the hormone binds to the receptor, it is now called the hormone receptor complex, and this protein will carry this hormone to the target site wherever it is required, wherever it is used. Okay, so a hormone receptor complex is formed. It leads to biochemical changes in the target tissues. As soon as the complex is formed, the target tissue, wherever it is required, there certain changes occur in that particular area, that particular tissue or that particular organ, and thereby regulates the metabolism. And due to those changes, whatever function was to be done starts, that is metabolism or some physiological function is to be done, that function starts, and due to this hormone receptor complex we can achieve whatever the target organ wants to achieve. Okay, so this is the way, or this is how the hormone reaches the target organ and performs the function that is supposed to be done, okay, by a hormone receptor complex. Then as you see here, hormone receptors are of two types. One is membrane bound receptors, one are intracellular receptors. Now these are membrane bound receptors, as you see, because they are present on the membrane. Okay, these are membrane bound receptors, and these are intracellular receptors. They are present inside the cell, they are not on the membrane. Okay, now let's see here, membrane bound receptors. Some hormones like protein hormone, FSH, interact with the membrane bound receptors. They do not enter the target cell. They don't enter inside the cell. This is the receptor on the membrane. This is the membrane, and the receptor is placed on the membrane. The hormone will come and form a complex with the receptors here on the membrane. So it will not enter it inside the cell. Okay, it generates secondary messengers. Now what happens, as soon as the complex is formed, secondary messengers are generated. See, the first response, then generation of second messenger, then एक तरह से you can say that a relay race is going on, मतलब the person is passing on the stick to the second person. वो खुद तो वहीं खड़ा है लेकिन stick pass कर दी तो second messenger आगे ले गया, फिर second messenger third messenger को pass on कर देता है, third messenger आगे चला जाता है, वो hormone जो है वो वहीं का वहीं है. So it generates second messengers like cyclic AMP, IP3, calcium ions. In turn, it regulates cellular metabolism, start जाती है and causes physiological effect. जो भी effect आना चाहिए था, जो भी effect इस हार्मोन की वजह से होना था, वो effect हो जाता है. हार्मोन खुद नहीं आता, but हार्मोन जो है वो messengers generate कर देता है. ठीक है? Next, you see here hormone like FSH binds to the receptors. Then hormone receptor complex is formed. First response occurs. First response then generates the second messengers. Then biochemical responses are being done, and then physiological response, that is ovary growth हो जाती है. Physiologically ovary grow कर जाता है. तो हार्मोन ऊपर ही रह गया, बट उसके इफेक्ट से जो भी ओवरी में चेंजेस आने थे वो आ गए. ठीक है. Then intracellular receptors. Some hormones interact with intracellular receptors and mostly nuclear ones. मतलब see, this is the membrane, plasma membrane. This is cytoplasm. This is the nucleus. Now this is the nucleus. This is the nuclear membrane. So the receptor is present here inside the nucleus now. ओके. सो दे मोस्टली रेगुलेट जीन एक्सप्रेशन और क्रोमोसोम. अब क्योंकि वो न्यूक्लियस के अंदर है तो ऑफ कोर्स दे आर एक्चुअली रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द जीन एक्सप्रेशन और क्रोमोसोम फंक्शन, बिकॉज न्यूक्लियस में यही दो चीजें तो हैं, क्रोमोसोम है, जीनोम है, राइट. तो यानी कि इनमें अगर कोई चेंजेस करने हैं तो दैट हार्मोन विल बी डूइंग दैट फंक्शन. सो क्यूमुलेटिव बायोकेमिकल रिएक्शंस actions result in physiological and developmental effects. So this is how the intracellular receptors will work. You see, hormone like estrogen will bind to the receptor, hormone receptor complex will be formed, and it will stimulate the genome. See, it is stimulating the genome. This is the hormone. This is the receptor complex is formed. It will stimulate the genome. This is the genome, that is your DNA. Then formation of mRNA will take place. This is how the formation of mRNA, messenger RNA. Okay, this messenger RNA will tell to produce a particular protein. So this new protein has been formed. और इस प्रोटीन की वजह से जो भी फिजियोलॉजिकल रिस्पॉन्स होगा, जो भी टिश्यू में ग्रोथ होगा, प्रोटीन से ही तो ग्रोथ होती है ना. Protein are responsible for growth. So that growth or differentiation will occur. Understood? So now here the hormone has traveled itself. You see? So this is intracellular receptor. Okay? I hope now the chapter is very much clear to all of you.